Hi, everyone, and welcome back to your Puerto Rico home matchmakers at Key to Key Group. And we are here to talk a little bit about a very hot subject right now that's been all over the news, also in not only here, but in the US. So we wanted to kind of bring that to you because it is real estate fraud. And obviously, us as being real estate agents, we're concerned about this because, it makes us look bad, right?
Absolutely.
That we're all like that. And most of the real estate fraud is not being committed by realtors, it's being committed by people pretending to be realtors, and also just people in general asking for money and all kinds of stuff. So, we're going to talk a little bit about that. But we have a story to share that I think is going to kind of relate to some people out there, and also again to keep your ears and your eyes open and be diligent when you're looking for either a rental or a property to buy or even sell a property. So, babe, tell them the story that happened to us when we were living in the other house, and how that all came about.
Well, it was an unfortunate situation that occurred. A gentleman, apparently needing to move, came across an ad with our house on it, and he blindly went, answered the ad, and the next thing he knows, he's giving up. I think it was the sum of $500 that they were going to meet him at the house once they received the money, so that they can show him the house and hand over the keys. Unfortunately for him, he came across one of those fraudulent people, um, and he was outed $500. And that goes when we're dealing with unscrupulous people and they have nothing to lose because everything's done via computer. And it goes to the old adage: if it sounds too good to be true, more likely than not, it is untrue.
Correct. Correct.
And he unfortunately fell for the fraud and he was outed $500. On top of that, he already had to find uh, a place because the house where he was living was going to be taken over by the owners, and they had given him ample opportunity or time for him to find a place. And he told them he had found a place. So then the whole process began, and now he was out on the street, so to speak.
Yeah, and one of the things that we want to make sure that you guys understand when you're looking for rentals, okay, or you're even looking to buy a house or sell a house, there is no realtor that's going to a licensed realtor that's going to ask you for money up front. We do not get paid up front. The only time that happens is if there's some sort of retainer for our services. Okay, there are instances where we have to charge, especially with some rentals, we have to charge a retainer basically to go out, show you houses and all this stuff, right? So there are times, but there's usually a signed agreement, a signed contract that you have to sign. You also verify the realtor's licenses. Okay, our licenses are public record.
Absolutely.
You can go into the state of, wherever you're located, whether here in Puerto Rico, in Florida, wherever you're located, there's public access to the real estate agent's license to see if they're active, if they're not active, if they're in good standing, if they're not in good standing. So don't give your money up to no one. The other thing is there's a lot of scams where they're saying, "Oh, we have this rental, you have to apply now, and here, go here and apply." And it's a false link that people are clicking. They're putting in all their information because obviously
Absolutely.
when you apply for a rental, you have to put in your social security number, where you work, how much money you make. You have to put all your family members' information in there. And so now you are exposing that information to someone who might be a hacker, who might be someone who's obviously using that as a way to commit fraud. And they're asking even for an application fee. Now,
Yes.
yes, there are platforms that are real estate related, that if your realtor sends you that link, again, verify the realtor's license number. But if they send you the link, at that point you're going to go ahead and call that real estate agent and ask him, hey, did you send me this link so that I can apply? I want to make sure before I click on that link. Okay, so verify your real estate license or the realtor's real estate license, and then verify that they did send you that link. Go ahead and apply, because there are links that you can apply online, and you do have to put your information that are legitimate websites that are obviously for background checks and all that stuff. But make sure that you're using a real estate agent that is licensed. Don't fall for people that are asking for you to sell them money. Don't sell them any money. Don't apeache any money, because
Okay.
that's not how real estate works. Anytime they ask for a deposit, it has to be made out to the brokerage, okay, not to the real estate agent or the person on the other side. We don't allow Zells, we don't allow anything of that nature. So it's directly either a cashier's check or a money order or something like that that's made out to the brokerage, not to the
Correct.
real estate agent. So never take money or give money to a real estate agent, especially if it's cash, before you go see an apartment. That's usually not the case unless, again, you have a signed agreement that is a retainer. And again, it's verify the information, verify that it's a real estate agent that you're working with. Meet them in person first, whatever you need to do. But please be careful, especially if you're buying properties, you're on the state side and you're trying to purchase a property here in Puerto Rico. Make sure that you're using the right realtors that have licenses, that are active. Verify the information. Don't go blindly in. And if they ask you for money, run, because
Yes.
they should not be asking you for any money. The only time someone will ask you for money, as on the real estate side, is when you already have a house under contract and they're asking you to deposit the escrow deposit. Again, don't give them cash. Don't send them a wire. Verify the wire information. Make sure that it's to that brokerage, right? So whoever the brokerage is, verify. Don't go in blindly, and give your money without first checking
Yeah.
licenses, checking that the brokerage is active, all that stuff. Because again, there's so much fraud out there that we just wanted to come on here and warn you about all that.
Yeah. If you were to receive any kind of notification stating that you need to deposit X amount of money, and the email that they're giving you is Joe Schmo from Venus.com, red flag,
Yeah,
red flag.
it's really just verifying.
And we won't, as realtors, ethically, we're not allowed to accept money before we even show you a house. It's impossible. It
Correct.
should not happen. I mean, it does happen, but people fall for it. And they understand the need, the necessity that's out there, the desire that's out there. So they play on that. So you need to be careful. Protect yourself, protect the information, protect your money, and don't just give it away. Because
Yes.
once you give that information out, it's out in public. And now you're going through a headache trying to, get everything all sorted out. And it's going to cost you a lot more in the long end.
Yes. So just be diligent. What we're saying is be diligent, do your research, verify licenses, verify links. Always, anytime somebody sends you a link, always call that person to verify that they're the one that sent you the link. Just don't. Again, it's protecting your information. And yes, again, there will be cases where some real estate or some real estate brokerages do require a retainer. Not all of them do. We do not at La Rosa Realty. We do not require a retainer to help you look for a home, and we will not ask you for any money up front. We get paid at closing. So just make sure that is something that you're doing your research and your due diligence. And so thank you so much again for watching the Puerto Rico Home Matchmakers here. And I hope that this information was helpful.